of these 6th grade students as well as the Farmington 5-6 staff. And obviously I'd be remiss if I didn't say good morning, class of 2017. I have a hard enough time thinking about next school year, and now you're asking me to think about 2017. Whew. Anyway, it's an honor to have the opportunity to address you this morning on this wonderful occasion. On behalf of Garden City Middle School, I offer my congratulations to you for your accomplishments. Great job. That being said, 6th graders, next September you will begin your career at Garden City Middle School, and I am certain you have accomplished a great deal to reach this point. However, please be mindful that your journey is really just beginning. There is still much to be experienced and accomplished along the roads of life. This morning, as I have a few minutes to share some thoughts with you, I want to offer you some advice as you prepare to continue on in your journey. In so doing, I am going to use one of my favorite stories. I'm a former high school English teacher, so please forgive me. It also happens to be a movie trilogy, Lord of the Rings by J.R. Tolkien. For those of you who don't recall the Lord of the Rings story, or may not be familiar with it at all, the main character, Frodo Baggins, a tiny hobbit, is given the daunting task of taking the one ring of power to its destruction. With the ring, Frodo inherits the help of many, including fellow hobbit and friend Samwise Gamgee. However, with the ring, Frodo also discovers that he faces tremendous opposition and a journey he could have never anticipated. Nonetheless, as the story closes, the reader, or movie watcher if you prefer, is led to believe that Frodo grows in character as a result of his journey. As you reflect back on your elementary years and begin to think upon what the future holds, I would suggest to you that you have the same opportunities for growth as Frodo Baggins did during his adventurous journey. But it all depends upon how you view your journey. And so now with some background out of the way, let me begin with my first piece of advice, 6th grade students. When you make a mistake, learn from it and grow. As Frodo laments, how do you pick up the threads of an old life? How do you go on when in your heart you begin to understand there is no going back? There are some things time cannot mend, some hurts that go too deep and take hold. Let's face it, 6th grade students, you're going to make some mistakes. Even as an adult, I make mistakes. But the point is, we cannot change our past. Sometimes that poses a problem, as I am certain we all wish we could go back and correct a mistake we've made. The truth is, we all have the opportunity to make choices on a regular basis every day of our lives. Sometimes, although hopefully not too frequently, we make the wrong choice, and in the end, make a mistake. Since we cannot change the past, the key is to learn from our mistakes and become a better person as a result. If we fail to correct our mistakes and learn from them in the process, chances are we will make the same mistake again, although the consequences will most likely become more and more costly. Don't let your mistakes haunt you or bring you down for lengthy periods of time. Reflect upon your mistakes, correct your mistakes, and most importantly, learn from your mistakes. My second piece of advice is from Bilbo Baggins, Frodo's uncle. Bilbo comments, "It's a dangerous business, Frodo, going out your door. You step onto the road, and if you don't keep your feet, there's no telling where you might be swept off to." Translation, develop some goals, and do not be swayed from those goals. Quite simply, life, or the journey, throws plenty of obstacles our way. Sickness, pain, and loss, just to name a few. Not to mention there are numerous distractions that find their way on our paths. Our so-called friends might encourage or pressure us to participate in behavior which we should not participate in. Sometimes we allow things to get us off task. We lose focus. Instead of completing the homework assignment, we stay on Facebook a little too long. I heard a lot of laughter out there. Or instead of going to work to save some money for a car, or better yet, a college education, we call in sick so we can go to the movies with our friends. Not good choices. So I say to you, 6th grade students, when you step outside your door, Keep your feet and stay the course. First, if you haven't set long-term goals, sit down this summer and do so. Share those goals with your parents so they can help you. Then, remain focused on your goals and strive toward them. In the event you find yourself off track, for whatever reason, get back on the path and do not allow anything to deter you from achieving your goals. My final and most important piece of advice comes from the wise wizard Gandalf. Toward the latter stages of the story, Gandalf offers a sound piece of advice to the character Pippin when he says, "All we have to decide is what to do with the time we are given." To me, Gandalf's wisdom should prompt a simple question. What do you intend to do with your life? Or possibly better put, how do you intend to live your life? Throughout life, set before us are multiple opportunities and even more choices. How do you choose to live your life, 6th grade students? Do you want to make an impact? Not all of us can be professional basketball players or musicians. You're looking at somebody who was hoping to be a professional baseball player. Didn't happen. And so the opportunity to inspire the mass public with our dazzling plays on the court or our #1 single on Billboard's Top 40 never presents itself. Still, you can be somebody. You can influence and inspire others in a positive way. It is all about what you choose to do with the time you have been given. Laziness, to me at least, is not an option. Neither is apathy, or what you might know better as the "I don't care" syndrome. Such approaches to life are unacceptable. Even at your young age, you impact people, and hopefully in a positive light. On a daily basis, we have the opportunity to interact with other people, regardless of our role in life, be it student, principal, NBA basketball player, or a flower delivery person. How do other people perceive you and your attitude? What lasting impact will you choose to make in your life? Your opportunity to impact others has already started and will continue throughout your lifetime, including your middle school years. To put it in perspective, over the past few years, we have had the honor and privilege to host the Rachel's Challenge Assembly Program. If you haven't heard of that, Rachel Joy Scott was a senior at Columbine High School in the spring of 1999. Columbine is located in Colorado, by the way. She happened to be there during one of the deadliest school shootings in history. Rachel, a highly respected young lady, was the first student to be killed in the line of fire. A few weeks prior to the shooting and her ultimate death, Rachel composed an essay for her English class entitled, "My Ethics, My Code of Life." Rachel closed her essay by writing, "I am sure that my codes of life may be very different from yours, but how do you know that trust, compassion, and beauty will not make this world a better place to be in and this life a better one to live? My codes may seem like a fantasy that can never be reached, but test them for yourself and see the kind of effect that they have in the lives of people around you. You just might start a chain reaction." Rachel Scott understood exactly what Gandalf from the Lord of the Rings was suggesting to Pippin. She understood what I am trying to share with you today. You have an opportunity to leave your mark on this world, even in the simplest ways, but it all depends upon how you choose to live your life. My hope for you, and I would consider it your greatest achievement, regardless of what career you pursue in life, is that you simply care. That you care about school, about nature, about other people's property, about people themselves, and the list goes on. That you care about life. I firmly believe, young people, that if you care, your potential is endless, and you indeed will make a difference. Care. In closing, on behalf of the faculty and staff at Garden City Middle School, we are looking forward to your arrival next school year, starting with orientation on Tuesday, August 30th. Parents, if you haven't marked your calendars, please do so. Come prepared to work hard next year, but even more, come prepared to learn. I congratulate you on your accomplishments and celebrate them with you. Be proud, but be mindful there is still much to learn and experience. I hope you have taken the opportunity to thank your teachers, and most of all, your parents, as I know they share in your accomplishments. Have a great summer, and we'll see you on August 30th. Congratulations again.
Thank you, Mr. Sumner.